In today's video, guys, what I'm going to be reviewing is going to be Villain from Pete and Pedro. Now, if you aren't aware of what this is the newest release from the house of Pete and Pedro. If you're not familiar with the Pete and Pedro company, it is a brand that was started by this guy right here. That is Aaron Moreno. What he and Pete and Pedro have done are they have released fragrances that Aaron Moreno has liked and made them very affordable. The other fragrances that they have released are Hero, which was inspired by Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio, King, which was inspired by Green Irish Tweed from Creed, and Rebel, which was their initial release that was inspired by Creed's Aventus, with Villain being inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Now, having worn this for the past 5 days, I feel pretty confident in sharing with you guys my thoughts on this fragrance. Pete and Pedro described this as a wicked scent that starts off with an alluring burst of spice. However, it is the clever transition and base notes that makes this powerful potion legendary. A stunning manly mix of tobacco, vanilla, tonka, and woods. So for me, guys, the scent starts off very spicy and very warm. The opening in this fragrance for me is much less sweet than how it is with Tobacco Vanille. This is definitely a much more masculine take on Tobacco Vanille, where I can see Tobacco Vanille being somewhat unisex due to the sweetness. But that's not to say there aren't some sweet facets to this fragrance, especially in the dry down. In the opening, it's going to be very warm, very spicy. In the dry down, it gets to be a bit more tame, but it's creamy and smooth, while still retaining some of the spicy qualities from the opening. Something that you will notice from all the releases from the Pete and Pedro house is a base of spiciness. They all have that spicy, seductive nature that's there. Even with Hero, the Acqua di Gio inspired fragrance, that this also has. With Villain, you're gonna have top notes of citrus, coriander, and nutmeg spice, a heart of lepidin, ginger, and cinnamon, a base of woody amber, vanilla, and tobacco. Think mesmerizing and mischievous. And for what I've tried and what I have in my collection, in terms of fragrances that are similar to Tobacco Vanille, this is gonna be the most affordable. You don't really see Tom Ford fragrances that are like this, kind of high quality and being affordable. And for 49 bucks, you get a fragrance that is very similar to Tobacco Vanille, tone back some of the sweetness, amp up some of the masculine notes, and you get this right here, guys. You get Villain from Pete and Pedro. So before I end this video, I do gotta say that Pete and Pedro did send this to me for review. But at this point, guys, I'm only gonna bring you videos on fragrances that I really enjoy, and this happens to be one of them. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here and like this kind of content, hit the subscribe down below. But guys, until next time, keep it gent, and I'll see y'all then.